Buttons here. And I got to make sure that I am muted on the tubes. Scarif Live 2023.
It's going to be a good year.
Certainly. It is going to be a good year. Let's start this show. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Every time I see that face, I hearken back to the days of past. What is up?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. Pick up your drink and let's toast to 2023 and another wonderful year of
It
the
can't be any
Scarif
worse
Scuttlebutt.
than the last 3 years, right?
You know what? I got no complaints, man. I know a lot of
2022 was good to you?
2022 was good. I mean, you know, the pandemic was good for news, so
Yeah.
I kept busy.
Yeah, we've talked about your job security before.
Yeah. Excellent. So
It was
how you
good for the
doing?
it was good for the military as well. So I got my job security as well.
Excellent. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. We were shopping all day, so it was a good day.
Very nice. Good day. Did you pick up anything cool? Any Star Wars articles?
No. Amy got a badass Vader t-shirt, which if she can hear me, maybe I can show it off.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was one where he's like the playing card one. Looks like my camera was unplugged. How is that possible? It's in the computer.
That's great. Your computer's probably telling you to do a freaking update.
No, I'm not even using that computer.
Oh God,
that computer's dead. What in the hell?
All right. Well, you know what? Let's try to figure that out.
I'll be via radio tonight,
and then we'll bring out some people backstage. What do you say?
Yeah, just throw me in the back.
And look at that chat. Everybody, come on in, grab a drink, tip often. We'll be right back.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
What's up, you beautiful people?
I'm here, guys.
Oh my God!
What happened? I don't know. I'll be back. Just talk amongst yourselves.
It's the best people all night, Brad.
Thanks, man.
Let's put you up here, sir, because you were an honored guest. Rob, how's it going, man? Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year, sir. I've missed you all. I've been kind of sheltering in place and trying to find a happier, kinder version of myself that you can all tolerate. So we'll see if there's any success.
We'll see about that. We'll be the final judge.
Oh no.
But we've always admired your colorful metaphors throughout the year.
A nice way of putting it.
Look at the chat.
I know.
It's blowing up. What's going on?
It's blowing up in the chat. I love the chat because they always seem to have their own show, man. There's a lot of people that are saying, "Nice to see you, Rob." Very nice.
Clearly, they're still drinking from New Year's, so I appreciate it.
See?
Yeah.
Check it out.
Excited.
Excellent. So while Brad situates himself, I wanted to quickly we're gonna talk a little bit about some nerd news, not a heavy topic, but we've got a couple of things to talk about, and then towards the end we're gonna make an announcement. But I want you guys to make sure everyone in the chat, obviously as usual, when we are done here at Scarif Live, we've got our brothers over at Dork Wars, Blake and company. They're going to be talking about Bad Batch, so I might show up. So let's see what happens. Let's see. I think Brad is back. Brad is back.
Oh, there he is.
Excellent.
No idea.
It's on the bottom.
It was not an update. All right.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, cool. Oh, there you go. This is the comment of the night.
All the love, Tina. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
With a capital A. There. Welcome, everybody. Thank you, Brad, for fixing your camera. It's always nice to see a friendly face.
I'm sorry you can see my face again. It's my bad.
All right, so we're gonna just get it out of the way. We've got our first little thing that we're gonna talk about. James Cameron, Shanti's favorite director.
Oh. Wow.
Did you know that testosterone is a virus that you have to expel from your system?
Yes.
I want no part of this conversation.
Did you know?
All right, so Shanti says she wants no part of this conversation. Okay, so our friend Andre noticed a tweet from Discussing Film. James Cameron is the first director to have 3 films pass the $1.5 billion worldwide mark. He says, while the box office can be a mixed bag while correlating movie quality with financial results, this really feels like a testament to James Cameron as a passionate and incredibly creative filmmaker. Kudos to him and his team. I hope.
Who's this tweet from? Who's that from?
Andre.
Brad's gonna find this person.
I'm just waiting for James Cameron to pop up behind Shanti. So
Andre said that?
Yeah.
Doesn't he normally hate everything? Right? Like,
no. He's the more level-headed of.
Well, no, I'm saying if you were gonna hate anything, right now would be that time. Like, what we have here is the proof that people have bad taste.
Oh,
like most overrated director out there.
Okay. Did you?
Do you remember anything from the first Avatar except for blue people?
I remember it was a complete ripoff of Dances with Wolves.
It was a ripoff of Pocahontas. That's what I was thinking.
Dances with Wolves in space.
Yeah.
He's
Overrated.
a glorified Michael Bay. That's what he is to me.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Michael Bay is a glorified Michael Bay.
He's just an older Ryan Johnson, really, Ro. Beautiful cinematography. The entire story's hot trash.
He had Terminator 2. I will give him Terminator 2.
Yeah.
I will give him
that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
There is a video on Instagram floating around where he comes out from somewhere. I don't know if it was a screening of Avatar, and a fan comes up to him. There's a whole bunch of people around him, obviously, but they're holding something for him to sign, and he just walks past. And the fans were so angry that as soon as he went into the limousine, he flipped everybody off and then just took off.
Nice.
Can you imagine George Lucas doing that?
I guess they smell better on the outside.
We have another guest coming in.
Yay.
Let's bring the more the merrier, right?
I thought George Lucas did do that when he sold the franchise to Disney.
Sorry, I'm just writing this down that you have a Rob appearance here. Just give me a second. I'm just putting it in my calendar here.
Did you guys ever watch that?
January 7th, 2020. Hey, everybody. How's everyone doing tonight?
Oh,
God, this is 7th.
Hi, Charles.
Fantastic.
Canadian time.
Hey, it's not Newfoundland.
Right.
It'd be 8:42 right now, actually. Hello, Shanti. Hello, Brad. Great to see you. Welcome back. Ro, great to see you. And how's everyone doing tonight?
There's a lot of
Fantastic.
sausage on this fucking stream.
Calm down,
Well,
Shanti.
I saw
calm down.
Rob join. I saw
By the
Rob
way-
join this stream, and I had to jump in.
We're all wearing black,
And
and Ro is throwing us off by not wearing glasses.
And
Good
we're
job.
all only wearing t-shirts.
I'm sorry.
That's
is it
it.
your Charles, are you
That's
wearing
it.
the Murder Bear shirt?
I am wearing the Murder Bear shirt,
I love the
available on Zazzle.
Murder for at least 15 to 20 minutes.
Thanks for letting me know about Zazzle, Charles.
You're welcome. You're welcome. They haven't gotten rid of us, so they'll get promoted by me as long as they keep us live. So yeah.
that's funny. Oh, is
By
that
the
where you
way-
have that?
Yeah, that's our latest landing spot. We've been through them all, so
Yep.
we've been actually there with almost over 9 months, which is fantastic. So and there's nothing in review right now. We're still all approved. So of course, no one's buying it. No one's buying anything, but that's beside the point. Might I remind you all that James Cameron also did Aliens? That's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I'll give him that too.
You're shaking your head, General? Wow.
Come on, man.
I mean, the original.
Xenomorph.
We're
Lord.
fucked, man. We're fucked. It's game over. Bill
I
Paxton, Bill Paxton said,
I don't
2
like
more
that
weeks to
it
go.
went from a horror movie to an action movie at all. Because that's
No.
why
They
I
stand
loved
alone.
the
They
first
stand alone. But you're right. I mean, the first
Yeah.
one cannot be touched. It is an absolute
it was
classic.
a little for me. It was like I was like, oh wow, well this is a turn. I liked the horror aspect of
that was
the-
Ridley Scott, though, right? On the first one?
Yes.
Yeah, you can't
Yes.
compare those two.
Yeah.
Yes.
So again, like no. Although I do like True Lies, but there, like again, that's a very goofy action movie.
That was
I
James
don't like that
Cameron.
one.
That's James Cameron. True Lies is
Oh.
James Cameron.
He still
I don't like
sucks,
that
but
one.
I like that movie.
I do. I love that movie. Lee Curtis. Damn.
And I guess he also does some executive producing. Alita, Battle Angel. Anyone?
Hmm.
Still haven't seen it. I know you
Nope.
like it.
That's pretty good. I like
That's
it.
a good movie.
Yeah.
It's good.
I do have a soft spot for
Um,
Tick. I will say that.
Excellent. We let's see. All right. Who's into Star Wars gaming?
Yeah.
I
When I have
know
time, sure.
Sure. There was another announcement by Ubisoft.
Mhm.
Star Wars game will boast a fully open, seamless universe akin to that found in No Man's Sky. In the game, players will be able to jump between systems, immersing themselves in the vast galaxy, bursting at the seams with activity. What does that mean?
They've been talking about this game for years
Ubisoft?
now.
But you know what's funny? They use a picture of
After UB Hard went out of business,
Ubisoft. Oh my God.
Sucks for
UB
you.
Flaccid was taken.
Oh my god.
But you know, they use a shot
UB
of,
Limp.
unless I remember it incorrectly. Remember the old game that was going to be made, 1313, level 1313?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
But what is the last Star Wars game that you guys have played on what system?
The Fallen Order.
Fallen, or was it Fallen Order or Fallen?
Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi
Fallen
Oh,
Order.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JFO. Mhm.
And I'm looking forward to that. You know, that's what, next month, I think that comes out.
Yeah.
The next one.
Yeah.
So
Just pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
March,
Nice.
I believe.
that looks good. That one looks even more like Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
Than
Right.
Fallen Order.
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I played
I like-
Squadrons.
Oh, did
Star
you?
Wars
Yeah.
Squadrons.
I
Yeah.
played Squadrons for 5 minutes.
I
It
did
was a
that.
good game for 5 minutes.
I did 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
The problem with Squadrons was there was too much time spent talking to people in the hangar and like the
Mm.
Yeah.
ready room. It's just skip all that crap. I just want to go fly a mission.
Did they ever add more maps to that game?
I have no idea.
Because there was
Yeah,
like 3 or
I did
4
last.
maps, and like that was. I mean, it was a good game, but it was so limited.
Did you all play with the controllers? Did like anybody get like the actual flight stick? Because that's I would assume that would have made a big difference. That was the biggest challenge I had was the interface with the the Xbox controller.
You never
Did-
had the flight stick, Charles. That was Pat.
With a knob on top, right?
Yeah, he was brought to you by
Oh my
UD
God.
Card.
He could be watching, He could be.
I doubt
You
it.
know, I tried playing that. I tried playing Squadrons, but the group I was playing with wanted me to pay them.
group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, right.
Oh, you talking
Yeah.
about that cult?
Yeah. Oh, Andrew says he's got the flight stick, and it does make the game more enjoyable. I thought it would, because you gotta kind of retrain your your
Yes.
hand-eye
Yeah.
coordination. Up is down, down is up.
Did you guys try it with the VR?
I would have loved. I don't have a
Oh.
PlayStation, but I would have loved to have the VR because that
Yeah,
looks
the VR is pretty cool. Looking to the left and the right in the cockpit.
Yep.
Was pretty
Nice.
cool.
Nice.
Now, how did you do that, Brad? Is that
You put on the VR headset, bro.
different cockpit.
You can do that with Need for Speed too. I'm sure. Sure.
you actually can?
Too soon?
I think the last game I played with the VR headset was Vader Immortal, which that was the only reason I bought the VR headset.
I thought it was Leisure Suit Larry was the last time you played on the VR.
Oh my god! Yeah,
Wow! Holy blast from the past, man! Wow! I thought the last game you played was Madden. No?
We'll see how old the chat is if any of them got that one.
I'm pretty sure Brad just on the internet with that reference. Nicely done.
Leisure Suit Larry. Holy crap!
Okay.
Wow!
Wow. What's going on with Conversations? What do you guys have coming up?
Well, we can you guys keep a secret? Just a small secret.
Oh, and you know what? Real fast. Last weekend it was the St. Petersburg Comic-Con.
Yes.
I was waiting for you in the parking lot again.
I wasn't wearing my old Rex uniform.
Oh, that's why I didn't recognize you. But
no, they banned me.
your...
They banned me from last year. Yeah, so they not about it back in.
But what's your secret?
We have we're celebrating our 100th episode next month.
Oh, very
and,
nice.
We are gearing up for a little shindig, and we'll be beating that drum very shortly about what we're going to be doing and some feedback we'd like from people and some interactions we'd like to have. So yeah, we're excited for that. It's also going to be the launch of our season 5. It's so the actual day is going to be crazy. Like the amount of coincidences for that one day is going to be fantastic. So yes, we're gearing up for that. So we're very excited.
Did you tell them the other major milestone you guys hit?
What's that?
First listener that actually got through the first 10 episodes?
Look, it took me a while, all right?
I know, but kudos to you, Charles. Again, more clapping in the chat for that. That's a big one. No, awesome. You guys are so awesome. Have so much fun with you guys, and looking forward to seeing you here in just a few short weeks.
Yes, indeed. That's
very
nice.
Be
part of the fun. Can't wait for it. Yes, so that's what we have coming up.
Very nice.
Ro, did you talk about our milestone?
Oh, last December I talked about it because I wanted to hit it before the end of the year, and we certainly did. 35,000 downloads since we started the Scuttlebutt podcast.
Nice.
2 weeks short of the end of the year, we hit it and we surpassed it.
That's
so
fantastic.
Thank you everyone who listened.
I had to listen to it 34,987 times to get us there.
Why you keep getting the complimentary bottles of ball toner from Manscaped.
I tell you what, though, I don't know if we still have Manscaped as I'm sure we don't still have them, do we?
No.
I tell you what, those products though, they're not bad.
Yeah,
I was surprised when that little gift bag came. Like that's
I can't wear the T-shirt around my wife though.
I gotta tell you that one episode that you guys re-uploaded for the what was that that one thing? What was it called?
Need bigger clippers than that, Shanti.
A lawnmower.
It's supposed to clip the hair, Brad.
It's winter. It's cold. You know. What the fuck are we talking about? I
don't even know.
Ball toner, I believe we were at.
Ball toner. That's what it was.
No. We were you're
Manscaped.
Yeah, you're 3,499.
Oh yeah.
Downloads. So impressive.
Yeah,
sorry, Ro. We're not serious enough for Ro. I'm sorry, Ro. We'll be better.
I know. Look how pissed you
have to be on topic.
So upset.
Just can't take you guys anywhere.
You invited me back.
Yeah.
But Tina, absolutely. This year, ScarifCon, what do you call it? Scarif DEF CON 5, our 5th annual Red 5
Ooh.
meetup. It's yeah, I can't believe we've been doing it 5 years in a row already, and it's starting in that little patio at the Alley Cat comic book shop here in Chicago.
Hey, Ro, you need to move it from the summer because I'll just go ahead and tell everybody now. I can't be there again. I'll be out to sea. I'll be in the Mediterranean at that time.
Yeah, I think people have
Do it in the fall.
expressed interest of doing it in the fall.
Yeah, get that.
Yeah.
Let's do it in
So-
like November. I want another Scarif Hoth.
Yeah.
We wanna
Speak to
find
Todd
out-
about that one.
Find out who the
Yeah.
real Scarif hardcore folks are.
Me.
Right.
Then I
Yeah.
can go in costume. Cool.
Yeah.
I'll dress up like a tauntaun. You can cut me open and
Wear-
shove inside. the-
Wearing a Catwoman costume.
Not a Wampa.
No, let's come on.
Because Rob looks bad on the
Well,
outside as well.
I look like a wampa. Is that what you're saying?
No.
No, I smell bad all over.
Not at all.
Well, you look bad too. Yeah.
We
Do it in the
We-
Poconos.
we
Kelly.
have one of our do it in the Poconos. That would actually be kind of interesting. I would
in the woods, like Endor.
Yeah, I would love to yeah, that would be kind of fun.
Oh, Pat could do Ewok cosplay.
Or you can come
Yeah.
to Miami.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Come to Miami. It's like Scarif down here.
Yeah, literally. But for those of you in the chat who do not know what ScarifCon is, it's just our get together that we've been doing for the last 5 years or 4 years. This year will be the 5th annual. And just search ScarifCon, the hashtag ScarifCon 2022 for last year's event that we had at
Red Circle.
at Bill Murray's restaurant in Rosemont. It was a lot of fun. We did some live podcasts. We had dinner with Dominic Pace, actor,
Mm.
and we drank like drunks.
A lot of
Mm.
tequila.
A lot of fun. And Brad and Amy, this year, if you don't show up, I'm quitting everything.
Well, you're quitting then.
Wow.
I will be on an aircraft carrier that time, unfortunately.
Scarif 5 coming to you live from an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, it'll be on the
Ooh.
flight deck.
Out there.
It's gonna be on the flight deck. It's gonna be awesome.
Just throwing
Okay.
it out there.
Very nice, very nice. Can you imagine the 501st
That'd be better.
Oh my
on the flight desk?
In the hangar bay with the jets. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a one of not only one of our favorite patrons backstage, but he is a wonderful supporter of many of the Red 5 Network podcasts, and I want to bring him out because he is more podcasts need more people like Nicholas Schaefer, Backyard
Yes.
Artist. Let's bring
Yeah.
him
Oh,
out here
Saint Nick.
and talk a little bit about some nerd stuff. He's in his TARDIS. I love it.
Yes.
Nick, what's happening? How are you?
Well, my phone signal wasn't working great at first, so
I saw.
I had to turn it off and turn it back on again.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, I saw that. Welcome to the Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast.
Yeah, glad to be here.
So we were just
Bringing
talking
in
about
2023,
2023. We were just talking about just nerd stuff. One of the other aspects of some of the things that we were talking about, and I'm getting this from Alter Ego podcast. I think we're going to team up with them soon. What was it, Shanti? What was the topic that we selected for
About
Alter
not
Ego
learning
podcast?
lessons from sci-fi movies.
Oh yeah, that's right. AI and xenomorphs and all that stuff. But I've seen this news note on several other avenues here. Dave Bautista confirms that he will not return as Drax, but he wants to really get into serious acting.
Mhm.
He doesn't want to be the next. He doesn't want to be the next Rock. He says.
He
But,
wishes he was half as
They
successful
all
as
say that.
Dwayne Johnson. But
I've
John
seen
Cena
him
said the same
in some
thing.
other stuff, and I think, yeah. What do you, Nick? What do you think of that?
You know, it's just funny because they all these big muscly guys that get in there, they need to focus on being an 80s action hero. That's where they get, but they see themselves getting to this Oscar-worthy level, and it's just not going to happen.
Huh.
I can't wait to see him as Hamlet.
You know, I went to the movies yesterday and they showed a trailer for the new M. Night Shyamalan movie that's coming out, which Dave Bautista is in.
He's in. Yeah.
He's in it.
Yep.
But I gotta tell you, even though, yeah, it looks like he does a good job in the movie, the moment I look at him, I just cannot detach him from the wrestler look.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to kind of focus on his performance because all I see is just this big muscle-bound guy with thousands of tattoos on his arms. I can't get the wrestling out of my head. Yeah. All I see is Drax. That's all I see.
Manscaped on his head.
Manscaped ball toner for his skull.
Yeah,
for sure. He's got, yeah.
And guys
Beach
are
balls.
perfectly built for superheroes.
Right.
Because
Mhm.
they draw these heroes big and muscly.
Right.
So they fit in that role perfectly, and they can have a little bit of charm and a little bit of goofiness to them and stuff like that. But the moment you try to put them in other stuff, then their acting level kind of starts to show.
Yeah.
I've started referring to Dwayne Johnson as the Rack because his pecs are so big now.
But he does not use steroids.
No, of course not.
No.
No.
He does, however, use a bra with like.
I'm not saying they're not capable.
You know, even the small part that he was in Blade Runner 20, what is it? The new Blade Runner.
Yeah.
And I know it was action. He had to fight what's his name, but he's got a little bit of some acting chops. I think he did well in the serious lines that he did undertake in that film. And again, I know it was actiony at the end there, but I think he can do it.
I'm not saying it's not possible. It's going to be kind of hard to get over that image that they've already put out. You know, that's the only problem.
Yeah, I know. He's always been the tooth fairy to me.
I mean, a lot of people were shocked when Jim Carrey transferred from comedy to drama. Same thing with Robin Williams. People were not used to seeing them in more dramatic roles, but it ended up working out really well for them. So
yeah.
But those are actually those are actors.
Job, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
It's a tough thing to do too when you've got, whether you're typecast or not, but it's the transition from a successful career in one genre to another one. It takes buy-in from the audience, and if you don't have that, not blinders, but if you're like opening your eyes to the fact, oh, this guy could probably do this or this girl could do this, it's a tough thing to do, and just demand it like that, it's like, oh well, it's time. I'm going to start taking some dramatic roles now.
Right.
It doesn't work that well. It doesn't work that quickly either.
Sure. Yeah. Andrew was waiting backstage. He's gone now. I wanted to bring him up to talk about the next subject, but hopefully he'll come back and we can talk about the elephant in the room. There's a rumor.
Dude.
Wow, that's low blow for Rob. My God.
I'm right here, dude.
He doesn't have like a trunk. Rude, my God. He's wearing earphones.
I'm trying to become Charles, if you can tell.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So who has watched the first season of Wednesday on Netflix? You guys like it?
I did until it got too much social media coverage.
Oh, yeah. Like the dance.
If I see one more fucking video of that dance, I swear to God.
Well, you're gonna see one more because I gotta my Grogu, my baby Yoda is ready to dance, so you'll see that on the socials.
But I mean, it was for Netflix. It was pretty cool.
And there was what was that?
I've seen a lot of positivity around it. It seems like it's funny. A lot of shows are divisive. You got this group that likes that group, but it always seems like every now and then there's one show here or there that it seems like, oh no, everybody's allowed to like this show.
Yeah.
It's like Stranger Things almost.
It got picked up for a second season, so that's good.
That's awesome. That's great.
And there was danger that it wasn't going to be staying on Netflix because I think there was some sort of media buy. It was right. So Netflix, held on to it, which is good.
Science fiction remnant in the chat. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop was a shit. I thought that was a really good show.
You know what? I only saw 2 episodes and I really couldn't get into it.
Keep watching. I thought it was really good.
Are you talking live action or the animated?
The live? No, I'm not.
Live action. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not cultured enough to have seen the anime. No, I thought it was really fun. Have you guys started watching that Kaleidoscope show?
I did, and you know what's amazing about that is it's just as bad no matter what order you watch it in.
Really?
It is wonderful. No, it's not terrible. It's not terrible.
Yeah, we've only seen one episode. We went with the pink episode.
No, I started out on the green. I'm like halfway through the yellow. I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like amazing. I wouldn't say it's terrible. To be determined. I mean, I think you look at the way they make a lot of films and shows nowadays, and you kind of get whatever timeline they're on, and then they'll have the flashbacks or occasionally a flash forward. And really what they're doing with that just seems to be kind of picking a timeline and sticking with it for the episode. So to be determined. I guess you have to watch the whole thing to really get a feel for how well it works. But it's interesting that you can kind of watch it in whatever order. When you guys watched it, did you pick an episode or did it just start you on the pink episode?
No, Amy wanted to watch the pink episode, so we went with pink. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if it randomizes it, but yeah, again, Giancarlo Esposito has been pretty awesome in anything he's been put in. So looking forward to kind of seeing how it pans out.
What service is that on?
Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Is everybody flashbacked out at this point?
Oh.
It seems like it's in everything now.
Yeah. No, it's definitely.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it's the way they like to reveal information that if you had it, and I think to some degree it's almost a byproduct of the fact that everyone talks about everything around the water cooler or social media, whatever. And there's so much theory crafting in pretty much every show that gets put out there. So the way they have mitigated that is they withhold key information and then present it via flashbacks to kind of offset the ability for you to pick out certain things. But yeah, it does get a little old after a while because they mislead you and then reveal the information that would have actually let you kind of predict what was going to happen via the flashback.
But they used to be able to build that into the writing, into the characters themselves.
Right. Yeah.
Now, like Nick is saying, they got to do a flashback now in order to tell it.
Yeah, it's written in the forward story to go back in the past to actually make it make sense. And then they, like Rob was saying, they almost change the story, or at least your interpretation of it before you get there, to make it like, oh, look at that, the flash. Oh, I knew it. Yeah, it's getting old. That trope is getting old.
It is tough though, because no matter how well you write stuff, there are so many people that are willing to spend hours watching every show frame by frame to pick out all the little nuances that it doesn't really matter how well you layer that in to just kind of the regular flow of the show. There's someone's going to pick up on it, so they have to have a way to withhold it. But I guess
all these expectations are subverted.
Yes, all my expectations were subverted, bro.
Knives out. Woo.
Oh no!
Close enough.
It's enjoyable, but when everything's doing it, it starts to get sloppy. Like it's become a trend now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say the same thing has happened to Star Wars.
Oh man, I wasn't expecting to.
Right.
Wow.
Well,
it's a gun show.
How's it going?
What's up, Blake?
Nothing much. I just got my whole little pod space just right. Got me a new office chair. Tried to get it together. So yeah.
Oh, very
now
nice.
The dog's
Oh, very nice.
All right, you shut up back there.
Hey,
I told you to stay in the truck.
You talking to your wife or the dog?
Depends on the day.
All right, just checking.
Today the dog.
All right. So another topic.
Can we get one more
the
to go full Brady Bunch in here, Rose? We need one more.
Yeah.
One more sausage
well,
for Chantal.
Can we get
Yeah,
another
right.
chicken here?
Is Brad or Charles going to be?
Wow.
Oh boy.
What about this
all right.
Batman spinoff with Colin Farrell?
Hey, put Alice in the middle. Can you put Alice in the
No!
middle? Alice has to be in the middle.
Poor Alice.
No, the Colin Farrell thing is interesting because my wife and I were just talking about that last night. He's one of those guys that you are so used to seeing just him playing him. And the fact that he was unrecognizable in that role in the Batman.
Yep.
And he was
Oh,
so
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I could totally watch a spinoff with him.
Me too.
Yep.
Playing the Penguin.
And didn't Dan DeVito talk shit about him too? I heard that he said he wasn't a good penguin. Like he blew
Really?
Danny DeVito's
Really?
fucking-
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
How come
that's
everyone
what Danny
brings-
DeVito does these days, though, right? Is just bitch about stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he's in Philadelphia right now.
I can't hear him because he's just way too far down.
Hey, Charles, get Pat
Yes.
to see what Danny's talking about.
Thank you, Andrew.
They can see eye to eye on these things.
That's
And they're
why
both in
Pat-
Philly. They're
That's
both Philly
why Pat
people.
has the ladder, so he can get up there to that Danny DeVito level.
Wow.
Oh, snap.
Meanwhile, Pat's at a restaurant right now with his ears are on fire right now.
Full size step
Well,
ladder.
I think he's a great penguin. I mean, I've liked everybody who's played the role so far, but I think he did a phenomenal job in that. And I just think it's going to be interesting seeing them do all the Batman stuff on one side. And the idea is that all the other stuff's going to be its own continuity. That'll be interesting, having like a Batverse and then a new DCEU.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of new DCEU, et cetera, what do you guys think about the whole James Gunn revamping of everything DC?
I'm looking forward to seeing the new DCE Pew.
Why didn't they do that to begin with?
No clue. But I'm excited to see James Gunn come in, though. Just look what he's done with Guardians of the Galaxy. I think he's done a great job with that series, and they love him. I mean, they fired him and brought him back. That's how much they liked him. And now, it's no secret that DC's kind of been in trouble with their movies.
Yeah.
Man of Steel was a great movie. I like the extended version of Batman and Superman. I think they did a great job with the extended cut. The smaller cut, not quite as great. It did fun, but after that, man, like Justice League was kind of a mess. Even the 4-hour one's okay, it's good, but it's just too freaking long.
I honestly thought that if DC brought in James Gunn, it was to be playing the Diddler. I think who was one of the. Did I get that name wrong?
Yeah, I think there's a letter off there.
Yeah, it's Dirk. Dirk, by the way.
See, James Gunn seems to me like a really weird choice to be the head of it.
Yeah. What's the other guy's
I
name?
mean, it would be like putting Taika Waititi in it. They can do a fun movie, but are they really the kind of person you want leading the whole universe?
Well, I mean, he's kind of new blood for a head, I guess. I mean, he's been in the game for a while directing, and I think he's done a great job. So why not let him have that next step? And yes, DC is like a huge property to have. I mean, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. I mean, these are classic characters that we love, and we have panned the crap out of a lot of these movies because they just didn't do it for us. So I think they're just trying to get some fresh blood. He's done some great work on some other stuff. Just gonna give him a chance, I guess.
I'm at the point where
I think one of the things that really messed up, one of the things that Warner Brothers, it's a big mess. I mean, from the announcement of Henry Cavill coming back, fans were extremely excited, and then obviously he shows up in Black Adam, and then after that is like, wait a minute, the fans got the rug pulled out from under them, and then Cavill backtracks and puts out that statement and says, sorry, it turns out that I'm not coming back, and it's just a big mess.
Has anyone been hosed more in 2022 than Henry Cavill? Between The Witcher and
oh yeah,
I still think he left The Witcher of his own accord.
Yeah, I think that was his choice.
And if everything works out with Warhammer, that's what he wanted to do anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, we already know he's had sit downs with Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's going to get to do Warhammer. He's going to get to produce it himself.
Yeah.
And odds are at some point he's going to pop up in the MCU.
Yeah. I thought he was the best Superman since.
Absolutely. And what did that movie come out in, like 2011?
Not Brandon Routh?
No,
yeah,
2013.
12 or 13. Yeah.
So the DCEU is started in 2013. You did one Superman movie, and you never did a standalone Batman movie.
Right.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think they started off.
Yeah. What we really need is Spider-Man, right?
Another Spider-Man? Yeah.
A reboot. Yeah. An origin story.
Yeah, we need an origin story for Spider-Man. We haven't had that yet.
I just think they started out the DCEU so strong, though. I mean, Man of Steel was by far the best movie, I think, in the entire DCEU. So when you have that firm foundation, and then you just kind of, the rest of it's just kind of leaning, and they're trying to stack blocks on top of each other. And I've said this before, and I'll probably say it forever, but I think the DCEU just kind of tried to replicate what the MCU had, but they tried to do it in less time to catch up. They started
not just less time, later. Like they just skipped all the steps. They did one movie and went straight to team ups.
I think they were kind of waiting for Marvel to fall flat on their face, and when that wasn't happening, by the time they realized that it was a successful formula, it was really too late.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think we would have stuck with them if they would have built it right. I think they just got the wrong idea. Like, we have to compete now, and that's not the case.
They let Zack Snyder stick around too long.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I don't think they ever updated their formula for like present day how to make a movie, because I don't know. I think if you watch those movies in the 80s or 90s, especially 80s, those movies may have held up, because I think that's where the standard was at that time. But you can't get away with that shit these days. People are expecting a quality product now, and they just kept using the old formula, which doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
And we're all plugged into the stories and the tweets and the narrative. And I look at my wife, Bernadette. She's a fan of superhero movies, and we'd watch Black Adam, and she saw the Henry Cavill Superman cameo at the end, and then 2 days later, by the time we watched it, she read the story that Cavill's out, no more long. She's like, I'm done. I'm absolutely done with the DC films, DCEU. She's like, I'm done with DC films. And that's where that base is the problem, because if you're just, dicking the fans around at a base level, they're just not going to follow along. I mean, they see this turmoil and they're fed up with it. And it's like, oh, it totally makes sense, because you can see that disarray is now, ruining your fan base, because you guys can't figure out your own story.
You can't call him Black Adam, right?
Sorry.
Yeah, just have to whisper it.
Hey, I've been tasked with making you shoot some sort of beverage out of your nostrils before the end of the stream, and
I think Chantal almost had one when you said
right.
I think if she was drinking, she would have lost it.
But the crazy thing over there, though, is the number of people that have left DC angry and unwilling to work with them again. I mean, the Rock's even probably on that list now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, in fact, now there's kind of
I think for everything, all the effort that The Rock put in to Black Adam to basically negate the ending of that film, going forward, that was a huge misstep.
Yeah. Well, the rumor that's starting to kind of come out now is that he made a play for that studio head position himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa!
And
Wow.
because isn't it his ex-wife that worked there or something? She's the one that, or no, is Henry Cavill's agent? I think that's what they were talking about. Is that,
yeah, there was a fight
the
there.
Rock's ex-wife is Henry Cavill's agent, and that was where his information to go public about it came from.
Yeah.
So, but it's just, if they had gone and said, "Hey, we're gonna have to reboot the whole franchise," but this is like Henry Cavill's swan song appearance. If they had announced that ahead of time, I think the fans wouldn't be upset. They would understand. They'd have like that last little bit of closure. Oh, that's just a nice little thing they did at the end for us. But because they announced he's back, and then weeks later announced, nope, he's not.
Oh yeah.
It just, I'm okay with either way, whether they find a new one or they keep him. But like, to do that is just to anger anybody who.
And then to keep Ezra Miller.
Oh my
Yes.
God. Yeah.
They're gonna
yeah.
keep him.
That's what
They said they're gonna keep him.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
Ironic that Ezra Miller's father is supposedly in prison, and it really should be him.
Wow.
No, true.
Who's him?
True.
He has
Yeah.
to have some photos of Warner Brother
Of somebody,
executives or
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Before I forget, we have one of our friends is coming up with a new podcast, and I want to bring him in to talk a little bit about it. But last week on our Weapons of Mass Destruction episode, we talked a little bit about it, and we are excited to start getting little clips of his like kind of like a little preview of his stuff. But Brad, you wanted to have the screen full, so here we go.
Here we go.
We'll put
Hi,
Nick in the
Nick.
middle. Nick,
Oh,
what's
cool.
happening?
This is like a Brady Bunch. I like it. That works.
Dun, 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 dun.
I gotta get used to. I had to move the camera over to a different screen, so now I gotta get used to actually seeing myself while I'm talking to you guys.
How
Yeah,
are you?
thank you. I'm doing good. Sorry, we just took my 4-year-old to see The Lion King on Broadway. They did a sensory-friendly one because he's autistic, and he loved it. And then my mother-in-law wanted to take us to dinner, so I was like, "Can we just wrap this stuff up?" And this live stream by 7, and right as 7 hit, she was like, "Oh, don't ask for the check yet." I'm like, okay."
Preaching to the choir, brother.
I was like,
Preaching
"Yeah,
to the choir.
might be a few minutes, but I'm not going to turn down a free dinner." But yeah, so yeah, my podcast is going to be called Nick Flicks. Shanti, you're going to be my first guest, which we'll be talking about some high school movies. And yeah, essentially just gonna be a movie podcast. Nice to meet you, Nicole. Sorry, I saw the chat pop up. Yeah, I'm gonna just kind of talk about movies over the last, generally 40 years, but maybe go into like that 50-year mark. But just take a handful of movies that are similar in themes, but that are in different decades. And I'm like, high school is a perfect way to start because every decade there's like the really popular raunchy high school comedy, and then there's just a bunch of other ones. So we could do this in many parts, but I was like, let me take like 4 of, I think, the better high school, and they're all rated R. They're all very similar. So that'll be our first episode. And yeah, we're going to do a lot. So I'm looking forward to it. And Ro, I'm going to have you for the horror movie one. I'm looking forward to that one.
Nice.
Excellent.
So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to getting it up and on its feet. So
That's what she said.
Shanti may come on that episode from like the bathroom or something. Bedroom tonight. You never know. You like to mix it up.
I mean,
She's
it
been in the
was
closet.
on camera, so I won't know unless I hear something flush or.
Right.
Well,
And I'm
I will s-
expecting that sound effect in the first episode. So
Oh, great! Now I got to figure out how to do that.
Well, I will say that Shanti's probably pretty relieved that you're not that guy that was on that poster that Rose shared earlier, the portrait guy.
It's funny that you used the word relieved.
Yeah, I was gonna say relieved. Snicker.
I didn't mean it that way, but yeah.
Oh my god.
So that should be a lot of fun. And like I said, we'd love to have some quick little segments for us to play on the show before you launch, and we'll definitely help you out there. There you go. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a lot harder recording a 1 minute here's a quick thought on something than I thought it would be, and I'm like, damn, do I have to redo? It's like you'll get halfway through and then that first little stutter and you're like, nope, hold on, let me. But we could sit here and talk about whatever topic. I heard that came in right as the Ezra Miller thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's gonna be an interesting if he's the one who somehow is the last man standing of the DCU. I mean, we'll see. I think they're waiting until they see how this movie does before they make a final decision. But it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
I heard somebody do an interesting point on that. Is that they're kind of still praising him. They're still, oh no, he's with us. But will that tune change immediately after the movie's out of theaters?
I think so.
Because they don't want to do negative press about him.
Yeah, I think so, but I think the opposite's true, though. I think they're wrong. I think if they publicly fired him right now, the movie would do better.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I think they're going to push Keaton in a huge way to promote this movie and make you almost forget that Ezra Miller's in it. And it's going to be like, guys, it's Michael Keaton back as Batman, and he is going to be the one they throw out in front of it. And then, I mean, it is. Someone I heard on a different podcast, they brought up about like, okay, if he's going to actually try to go into like rehabilitate his image, they're like, look at how long a guy like Robert Downey Jr. took to get from a potential leading man to like all of the 90s basically being in little bit parts because no one trusted him. And then really like 2007 with like Zodiac. And then right before that Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is when he started to really get, and then like Iron Man comes out and it's huge. So like for Ezra Miller, it's like, okay, you can't spend 4 months doing your rehabilitation and then be like, oh yeah, I'm a changed person, guys. Like to me, he's going to have to work his way back. And I just think it's just crazy how like from Black Adam in October to like December, how it was like, oh my God, look at all this great. And then they're like, well, actually, no, this guy's not coming back. This guy's not coming back. And I get it. I mean, it's not an easy position Gunn is in right now, but I also think they could go the opposite of the MCU, and instead of always trying to make a connective universe, just keep making individual movies and connect your universe through animation or something. I mean, you don't have to follow their formula. Certain superhero movies are always going to make bank or at least are more marketable than others. But I mean, it's going to be interesting. Again, I don't know what you guys brought up, so I don't want to say too much of the same things, but yeah, it's going to be fascinating, but also I'm excited to see Keaton back as Batman, so I will go see it.
Shanti is too.
Yep.
Well, and speaking of Shanti, I think we need to get her to weigh in here. I'm looking at the Captain America shield over Andrew's head, which is hard to miss. But Chris Evans, right, just got voted People's Sexiest Man Alive, and I can't think of anyone better to talk about the validity of that than a sausage fest. And
I'm trying to figure out where he was going with this.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's America's ass.
I'm not ashamed to be okay with that.
Yeah.
It's a winter sausage.
What do you think, Shanti?
Shriveled?
Well,
And we're back to Dave Bautista's head. So. Sorry.
Yeah,
Tone that head.
We want to hear Shanti weigh in on this, though.
On what?
Chris
On Chris Evans being voted sexiest man alive? Good for him?
Would you agree? I guess is what.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I agree.
The answer is Henry Cavill. We all know that. All right.
Right.
I don't go that way, but if I did,
Shanti's
I
not into
would.
The Henry Cavill thing.
There you go,
Shanti
Brad.
has
Shanti
has a very interesting take on men.
I do.
Your favorite late night.
This is how we're ending the. This is how we're ending the show.
Hello.
This is getting deep.
Girl who likes a tall, gangly
That's what she said.
ginger.
Right.
Conan O'Brien. Are you kidding me right now? Come on. And I've gotten that my whole life. My parents tell me that all the time. They're like, God, you like the weirdest guys.
Yeah, but you had Keanu in the background when you logged in, though, right?
No, I do love Keanu.
Okay.
I do. I think he's very cute. And he's
So I
just
think-
nice.
I
He's a good
But now,
person.
do you like Keanu only in the with his beard, or do you like him when he's shaved? No. Okay,
I like the
that's
beard. No, I like the beard.
Yeah.
It was the John
Also
Wick
like
bearded
Kick-Ass,
Keanu.
too.
Yeah,
I love him.
I had to think real hard what he looks like without facial hair.
I know.
Because
weird.
yeah,
Dylan-
I'm like,
Dylan
Act like
yeah.
a mouth. You have to
Yeah.
be a mouth
I don't
breather.
think he's a great actor, though. I just like him as a person,
Nope.
and I just
Yeah.
like
Awesome.
he's doing what he should be doing in John Wick, which is just kicking ass and not a lot of lines.
Right.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah. Same thing with Neo. Same thing. Again, everything he's done that he's been successful in, it's minimal talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing.
And more,
No, it's not, but whatever works.
I mean, I don't know. It might be a good thing. He's making money, ain't he?
I was
making more money than me.
Sure,
he's
right?
doing something right.
Before we take off.
But I do have to take off.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Nick, thank you so much for stopping by. And
Nick, you're awesome.
yeah,
Nick,
thanks for
tell
being the
we
best.
got two Nicks. Tell
I imagine you're talking to the one who just said, "Hey, I'm going to be stepping away," so I figured it wasn't me.
Yes,
I listened to
Nick,
your
you're awesome.
podcast
That other Nick's really cool.
A row ago, I was having a good conversation with my friend Nick, and I go, I don't remember having that conversation.
You know what's funny? When he said that on the podcast, I was like, "Is he talking about me?" Because I thought he was just going to say, "Oh, here's his little clip." But
that's
It's
funny.
it's like that commercial where the guy's like, they need a switch hitter, and he calls for Derek, right? And the guy's like, "What?" He goes, "No, Derek cheater."
Nick, before you take off, tell folks about your channel.
Yeah, I have BYT Backyard TARDIS. I just talk about nerd stuff, talk about podcasting, mostly, Doctor Who, Star Wars, Star Trek, Stargate, all that kind of stuff. Video games, retro games, Sonic the Hedgehog, that kind of stuff. And then I was doing a vlog called Adventures in Locksmithing, but I'm starting February 1st. That will be its own channel.
Nice.
Separating those out because that seems to garner its own audience that then sees me talking about other stuff and go, why did I subscribe to this guy?
Yeah.
Never stop that. That's there's always great stories.
Phenomenal stuff.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Thanks
Good
for being
stuff,
awesome.
good stuff. Thank you, Nick. And I'll be working on your logo soon. I'll send you some stuff. So we'll work on it together, brother. Thank you so much. Before we take off, I want to give you guys a preview, everyone in the chat, for next week. There's a Star Wars fan film, and we're going to talk real fast, but I'm going to play the trailer for it. And that's not the button. We're going to talk to the director of said movie. It dropped on December 31st. So let me find this trailer. And again, it's a fan film. It's kind of long, pretty ambitious for a fan film, but they did a good job. Hold on a second. Let's watch it.
Return to a galaxy you remember, with characters you will never forget. Relive the magic of Star Wars one more time. Star Wars Fallen Jedi.
Here they come.
Continuing the tradition of George Lucas's original Star Wars saga. A tale of heroes, villains, and a fallen Jedi's quest for revenge. A passion project 3 years in the making. Feel the Force this December. Star Wars Fallen Jedi.
I definitely felt the force December when I watched the premiere, and we're going to be talking to David next week to see how that project came about and what his role was in it and all the fun stuff. We'll add his link in the description below, and I'll probably be, posting about it in the upcoming days, but that should be a lot of fun. And don't forget, Blake has got his show coming up.
Oh yeah.
And
Right after this one.
Tell folks what we're going to be talking about.
So tonight on Dork Wars Live, we will be talking about The Bad Batch, season 2, episodes 1 and 2. Just generally breaking that down. Maybe talk a little news, see what's up, have some good times, some laughs. So jump in the chat. We'd love to have you.
Absolutely. Part of the Red 5 network. All you wonderful cats and kittens.
Wow.
Excellent. Let's go around the table and say good night. Let's start with Rob. It has been a really long time, and we got to get together and do a show together because what was the last time we did something? It was like almost a year ago.
It's I think one of the 3 episodes I did in 2022. Maybe it was that.
Don't laugh. It's true.
I
I
know.
thought it was 2 episodes.
Hey, no, it's like a rare liquor. There's not a lot of it, so it's really good when you get it. Yeah, I clearly, Ro, I can tell that that you've missed me by making sure that I'm the first one you get rid of. No, it's been a little crazy, but yeah, definitely ready to get back in the pilot seat here and put out some more content. So it's been great hanging out with you guys. So much fun to see so many familiar faces and awesome folks in the chat. I haven't laughed this much in quite a while, so I appreciate it.
Excellent. Thank you. You're welcome anytime. And Blake.
Hey. Bye.
Oh, see ya. Oh, you already talked, right?
That's okay. Bye. See y'all. See you in my chat next.
And Nick, tell folks the only Nick that's left. Tell folks how can people find you.
If you want to, yeah, it's just the Nick on this stream. If you want to hit me up on Twitter, it's M_Nick89, and then look for Nick Flicks. I'm hoping to drop our first episode like late February to like early middle March. So, but yeah, I'll have more of those clips though for the next few weeks. So looking forward to it.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And old Rex, you don't look so old to me, brother, but 100 episodes. When are you recording the 100th one?
We're going to be live actually for the first time.
Oh, very nice.
Yes. Kelly, Lunar Girl, is going to be one of our moderators, the queen that she is, the powerhouse of the Red 5. She's going to be helping us that night. February 11th is going to be the live show, and we're going to have a bunch of giveaways. We're going to have some live people. We're going to have some recorded stuff. It's going to be fantastic. So that's going to be February 11th. And we're really excited. And I'm one half of the Conversations podcast. Pat right now is enjoying his afterglow of his Disney cruise. So yeah, we are gearing up for a wonderful party in a couple of weeks. So hope everyone shows up for that.
Spoiler alert, they're actually giving away a lot of their podcasting equipment because 100's all you get.
We don't have podcasting equipment.
I know.
As long as I get the ladder.
Oh,
yeah. I need to clean the gutters once.
Then Pat just rolled over in his stateroom.
Is there a Twitter account for Pat's ladder? Because there's
oh my God, that should be.
There will be shortly.
I will create.
I mean, think about they'd all be short stories, but think about the stories that get told.
They're slightly longer than they would have been without the ladder.
Oh man.
No, Brad, I will create that tomorrow, and I will give you a joint.
Hell yeah! That's what I'm talking
about. Please loop Pat in because I have nothing to do with this.
That is great.
Pat's ladder.
Good one, Brad.
That's what I'm here for.
Good one.
Think of the sponsorship opportunities.
Home Depot.
And Andrew. Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Andrew, we just dropped an episode with you and Marisha. We just dropped an episode with you and Marisha this last few days. Weapons of mass destruction. I never know what to call you, either crew or Psy. But it's wonderful teaming up with you again. As we mentioned on that episode, Brad and I, we did our first crossover episode with you guys when we did our discussion of Princess Leia. But that was a lot of fun. Weapons of Mass Destruction dropped last Thursday. But tell the folks what you're all about.
All right, you can find our Star Wars only podcast at Coruscant Radio Underground or at crew_podcast on Twitter. And for everything else, science fiction, fantasy, action, adventure, you can go over to the Science Fictionary podcast and find all of that over there.
Very nice. Very nice. And find the rest.
Is Weapons of Mass Destruction a Big Bang Theory reference? If you know, you know.
The better movie is Weapons of Ass Destruction, just so everybody's clear. So.
Shanti, every time we do an episode, you should twist it in a dark way, and that's the perfect way to do it for Scarif After Dark.
That is.
Weapons of Ass Destruction.
Oh
and
God.
You didn't need to repeat that one. That was just.
Speaking of ass, Shanti, I see that you got some really cool. God.
Yes, to the only woman on the stream. If you were in a suit with a cigarette saying that on Mad Men, that'd be perfect.
Leisure Shoot Larry. Let's bring it all around.
Good thing, Scarif. Good thing the Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast doesn't have a human resources department.
I am the manager.
In my office, in my last office, it was a walking HR fence.
Shanti, tell us about your show.
So it's gotten to the point where I need an agenda. First of all,
do you have to get it signed?
Last Thursday, I recorded with Across the Stars. We talked
nice.
about an episode from season 1 of Clone Wars. I'm not sure when it's dropping because we need to record for season 1, episode 9. But I had a lot of fun with those guys, Brandon and Drew. So thank you. They were just great. Tomorrow I have the Lego stream with Salacious Rum on the Lego Studs channel. And then Wednesday, I actually got invited this morning by JT to come on his show. So I'll be there on Wednesday, 9:30 Eastern.
Very nice.
And then I think Friday the 13th, I'm going to be on Action Pop Dad's stream, which is another member of the Monkey Lizard Army, Salacious Rum's crew. And then Scarif After Dark is on Saturday, and we're going to have Nicole and Blake on, and we're gonna see who thirsts better, nerdmen or nerdmen. So it's a battle of the sexes. And then the following Sunday, the 15th, Clam Slam premiere on Scarif After Dark. Kelly and I are doing some
Clam Slam.
Andrew,
God.
leave Andrew.
Sounds like a WWE event.
Clam Slam.
You need to do a wrestling.
Raw.
Yeah, that would
have
be
to do a
that
wrestling
would be
promo now.
an Attitude Era one
And
for
you were
sure.
worried about the
Clams, yeah.
guys, Nick, please.
Yeah,
Monday-
right.
Monday Night Raw dog.
She's worse than all of us combined.
She really is.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I'm busy.
Yeah. Very nice. And Brad, we got to get you on here more often as well, and just on the audio pods as well. Do some more deep dives and schedule some time for you to join us to team up with some other wonderful people, some new friends. I think one of my goals this year is to reach out across the stratosphere, across the Twitterverse, and make some more connections with some other podcasts. There were some of us. Some of some new friends that were in the chat today as well. So that seems like a lot of fun. But what about you still doing? Are you still doing Red Fight Tavern?
Well, yeah, at some point. I'm just at the current moment wondering why Nick has invited 2/3 of the Scarif Scuttlebutt onto his show, and
He just met. He just met you.
Not the ones that count, but that's okay. Whatever.
Hey, give it time.
Give it time. Jesus. Oh.
Hey man, he's booked. He's
put you
got
on
a
the
hit
list.
show.
I'm
right around
somewhere
the corner.
down after Rob on that list.
Only one of us is surrounded by semen most of the time.
And I loves it.
This is the best
There.
stream ever.
I'm
Clam
crying.
Slam.
I'm
Clam
crying.
Brought to you by Manscaped. And John Batista's head. Dave Batista's head.
Wow.
Sounds
Well, that's
good.
scuttlebutt. Bye.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that Ro gets stressed out by Scarif Con and not by any of these live streams. This is PTSD inducing stuff right here, Ro.
It sure is. But we really do have to get off so Blake can get on here at the Red Fire Network.
We're
Hey, man.
getting
Keep
It's
going,
actually,
bro.
that's actually the slogan at the Clam Slam.
Yeah.
You got to get off so he can get on.
I hope they don't use my name every time. But
But
I
everyone
like to
in
be
the
first
chat,
every once in a while.
he will be. Sloppy seconds. No.
That could be a segment.
That could be a segment. There you go.
Are we sure this isn't Scarif After Dark, guys?
Just getting there.
Getting very
Roll,
dark.
role reversal.
Oh my lord. Whew.
I just want to say thank you to everybody in the chat that joined us. Our first live show of 2023, and it was a train wreck.
I think it went well.
Brad, I would love for you to sign us off, and yeah, I don't know what else to say now.
This episode brought to you by Clam Slam, Monday Night Raw Dog, Leisure Suit Larry, and that fan film already looks better than the sequel trilogy, and that's the Scuttlebutt.